Namaste, everyone. Welcome to a slow flow class with me, Katie, focused on relieving some sciatic nerve pain or sciatica. So if you've been having some aggravation with a regular yoga practice or regular flow vinyasa class, this class will not only help to hopefully relieve some sciatic nerve pain, but also avoid the poses and movements that tend to aggravate the sciatic nerve or aggravate a herniated disc in your lower back. So tonight, what we're going to be focusing on is targeting certain areas of the body that can help relieve sciatic nerve pain, such as the lower back, the hamstrings, IT band, and piriformis. And we're also going to be avoiding certain poses that are common in flow classes, like any standing forward folds, lifting legs and downward facing dog, or putting too much strain or exercise in our legs. A lot of this class, we're going to stay pretty low to the ground, and we are going to be doing some hamstring exercises on our backs, which should help to overall relieve sciatic nerve pain and make your sciatic nerve a little bit happier than it was before class. So we will need a couple of props. We will need 2 blocks, as well as a strap and a cushion or bolster. And so once you have your props, you can take a seat on your cushion. We're going to start seated today. You can cross your legs and allow your arms to rest down, hands in your lap. And take a moment to extend your spine up, draw up your shoulders, and close your eyes. And take a deeper breath in. Holding at the top of your inhale for just a second, and then exhaling slowly. And inhaling again deeply. Holding. And slowly release. Taking in another deep breath, allowing your mind to become clear. Becoming fully focused in your body and in the moment for your practice. You can bring your hands together now in front of your heart and take a few moments to set an intention for your practice. And once your intention has been set, take an inhale, stretch your arms up. Feel free to open your eyes and lift your gaze. And with your exhale, you can take your hands back down to your heart. And then we're going to wrap the arms around the upper body. We'll take the right arm over first and then bring the left arm underneath. Seeing if we can grab the shoulder blades from behind. And we're just going to tuck the chin a little bit and very slightly allow the back to come forward. Not rounding the back too much, but allowing yourself to feel that stretch in your upper back. And we're going to take an inhale, lift the arms into cactus goalpost arms, and bring the chest up just a bit, lift your gaze. Taking an inhale here. You're going to repeat the motion by exhaling, left arm over right, coming back to this hugging position. We're basically doing modified seated cat and cow so that the back isn't rounding too much or aggravating any herniated discs or sciatica too much. And take an inhale, reach back up, cactus arms, and exhale, wrapping the arms around. And continue to do this moving with your own breath. And if at any point during this flow, for this entire class, you feel any pain, any numbness, any tingling, you can stop what you're doing or find a comfortable resting place. And you can move on to whatever the next pose may be if you're comfortable. Let's take another round. Once more. Then we're going to switch our arms, bringing the right on top of the left. And then inhaling up, back to goalpost arms. And exhaling down. And last round. Take a pause. You can release your arms down. Take a few shoulder circles, moving them back. Then reversing your circles, moving the shoulders forward. Very good. Take a pause. And then very gently, you can lower your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Take a couple breaths here. And then gently lift your head. Bring your left ear down. And inhale, lift your head back up. We are going to move off of our cushion and give ourselves some space, moving the props. We are going to take our legs in front of us. We're going to extend the left leg and then cross the right foot over the left thigh, preparing for Ardha Matsyendrasana. You can keep your left leg extended, or you can curl your left foot in towards your hip, whichever way you prefer. Take an inhale, lift your back up. Give yourself a nice and long spine. And if this is enough, then feel free to stay. If you'd like to add a twist, use your exhale to move your right hand behind you. Maybe bring your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Letting it help you twist and look behind. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, extending your right leg, left foot over right thigh, pulling the right foot in if you wish, and then inhale, straight and long spine. Option to exhale and twist. Your next breath, come forward, release your twist. We're going to take our calves in front of us, flex our feet, and then stack the left calf over the right. We will also grab onto our blocks and bring them down in front of us. They can be up high, they can be down low. But first, let's take a moment to see how we're feeling in this pose. If you're feeling a lot of sensation in your hips, you may want to stay lifted. If you would like a little bit more, you can very gently lean forward without too much rounding in your back, and then come down, bringing your forearms to your blocks. And take a few deep breaths wherever you land. I do this pose pretty much every time I practice yoga. It is amazing relief for the lower back in the piriformis, which tend to get especially stressed when we've been sitting all day, we're driving a car, we're just not really noticing our posture as we move through the day. Let's take an inhale to come up, and then we will switch. Right calf over left. Once again, flexing the feet. My right side tends to be a little bit tighter than my left. So if that's the case for you as well, we may want to either stay lifted or bring the blocks up a little bit higher. So we're not pushing our body beyond what it's comfortable doing. We're finding a place between effort and ease for our bodies. If you'd like to come down further from here, you can take an exhale, move down, and see how that feels. You can, of course, come down to a lower height on the block or come down to the mat, being mindful of how much your back is rounding and how your sciatic nerve and lower back is feeling in that position. Take an inhale and come up. We can move our blocks towards the front of the mat for now. We'll need them in just a moment. You can swing your legs out to the side and then come down onto your belly. We've started off at a pretty slow, gentle pace. We're going to get a little bit more into the flowing aspect of our sequence Bring your hands down next to your rib cage and plant the tops of your feet down. Moving with your breath, take an inhale, lift up your head and chest, coming into cobra, bringing your heart forward. And exhale, slowly come down. And inhale, rising back up through cobra. It can be a high or low cobra. And exhale down. Taking a breath on the belly, resting for a moment, and then inhale back up, cobra pose. Exhale, come back down to your mats. And inhale, press yourself up to hands and knees. Walking your hands forward a couple of inches with your fingers spread open. And as you tuck your toes underneath, prepare for downward dog, and then use your exhale to press your hips high and lift back to downward dog. If your hamstrings are tight and your heels are floating up, do bend your knees and then tilt your hips forward. If your hamstrings feel a little bit better after that, feel free to play with lowering your heels down towards your mat, but feel free to keep them lifted as well. Take a few breaths in your downward dog. We're stretching the whole back of the body with this pose, hamstrings included. It can be a really good pose just for that reason, for any sciatic nerve pain that you might be experiencing. And with your next exhale, you can lower your knees down and then find your blocks. Bring them underneath your hands. So we're going to come up onto our blocks here, keeping them underneath our shoulders. And then we're going to take our right foot and extend it behind us, tucking the toes underneath. Feel free to press your heel back and forth a little bit. And then the next time you come forward, take an inhale. And then with your exhale, step the right foot forward between your blocks. Begin to bring your hips forward, coming into a low lunge. Slowly bringing your hands up to your right knee, lifting your chest. Feel free to stay with the hands on your knee or lift your arms up, relaxing your shoulders. If this is uncomfortable for your shoulders or upper back in any way, or if you have high blood pressure, keep your hands down on your right knee. Take another inhale. See if you can lift your chest just a little bit more. And exhale, hands come back down to your blocks and step the right leg back, coming back to tabletop position. Move your left leg back, tucking your toes, begin to press your heel. Take a pause the next time you come forward and inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward, finding your lunge position, bringing your hands to your left knee, pressing forward, rolling your shoulders back, slight lift of the gaze. Option 2, lift your arms up as you inhale. Good. Exhale, hands down. Stepping back, tabletop, moving the blocks off to the side, and then coming forward, back down to your belly. We're going to lift up and then slide the elbows underneath the shoulders, finding Sphinx pose. We're going to press our forearms down and then roll the heart forward, lifting up the chin. Exhale, bring yourself down to your mat. And then move your hands back next to your ribs. Press yourself up to tabletop position. And then bring yourself back down to your forearms. Preparing for dolphin pose. Tuck your toes underneath. And then lift your knees up, pressing your hips back like you're moving to downward facing dog, but staying on the forearms. Take a few deep breaths. This is a challenging pose, so feel free to come down to child's pose anytime you need to. We will be taking a few more deep breaths here, stretching out the back of the body. And exhale, bring your knees down. I'm going to come up to kneeling, then inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, hands down to your heart, finding a slight tuck of your chin. Bring your hands down slowly. We're going to take our cushion, blanket or bolster, and bring it in front of our bodies. And then come forward. Take a moment to bring your knees a little wider and bring your toes together. We're moving into a supported child's pose. And then slowly lower yourself down, letting your hips sink down towards your heels, letting your chest be supported by your bolster, And you can also bring down one of your cheeks to your bolster, resting here. On your next inhale, we'll lift your head up. Maybe move your hands back, press up from your bolster. And then bring your legs around in front. We will need our bolster and strap for where we're going next. We're going to slowly make our way down onto our backs, using the exhale to come all the way down. Bring your feet in a little closer to your hips. And press each one of your toes down. Take an inhale, ground your shoulders down, and then scoop your hips up, pressing up into bridge pose. Hands can come behind the lower back, clasp, and then press the chest up. And take some mindful breaths here, keeping your hips high. With your exhale, gently come all the way back down. Then once more, begin to scoop your hips up, and this time grab your cushion / bolster, slide it underneath your hips, and relax down onto it. Feel free to move your arms into a position that would serve you here. Options are above your head, maybe goalpost arms out to the side to stretch out the chest, or you can bring a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. Wherever you're at, I invite you to once again breathe deeply and slowly and mindfully. Take a couple more breaths here. And bring your arms back down by your sides. We're going to press our hips up just enough to move the cushion out of the way. And then we will grab onto our strap and unroll it. We're going to move into waterfall pose from here using the strap. You can take your left foot first and bring it underneath the ball of your left foot, and then lift your right foot up. And feel free to keep a bend in your knees. You also can loosen the strap so that your legs are a little bit forward. And then once your muscles start to loosen, feel free to straighten out your legs without locking the knees and pull the legs in a little bit closer to you. Breathe into your hamstrings. You're going to slowly remove the left foot. Keep the right foot floating up. Put your left foot down. And feel free to readjust your right leg. Maybe pull it in a little bit closer to you. Maybe you press your heel up a little bit more. With your next breath, we will switch. Bring your left foot up to the strap first. Get it secured, then release your right foot down. With your next exhale, bend your left knee. You can remove your strap. Come back down to your mat. And then you can bring your blocks closer to you. And once you're on your back, you can bring the soles of your feet together. Open your knees out and feel free to support your knees by bringing your blocks underneath them. Take a few breaths, settling into your reclining Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana. With your next exhale, you can bring your knees back together. Move your blocks to the side. And then we'll take our right ankle, calf, flex the foot, and bring the ankle / calf across the top of the left thigh. Stay here or lift your left leg up. Bring the hands behind the left knee for reclining pigeon pose. Take another deep breath in. And as you release, you can let go of your left knee and then bring your left leg all the way down, extending it out in front. We'll take the left hand on the right knee. And then with our exhale, we're going to slowly draw the right knee across the body to the left. And if you've got the space, you can move your right arm out to the side into a T. And feel free to bring something underneath your right knee if it doesn't quite come down. You can use your block, cushion, or blanket. And once you have the right knee over to the left, you can ground down your right shoulder and deepen your twist. Take a breath in, and as you do, begin to lift your right knee back up and plant your right foot down. Bring your right arm back in towards you, and then bring your left ankle across your right thigh. Left foot's flexed. Option to pull your right knee in, taking the hands behind the knee, pressing your left knee away, pulling your right knee in. With your next breath out, you may release your right leg, taking it down and extending it. Bringing your right hand on your left knee, and then taking an exhale to move the left knee across the body. Moving that left arm out to the side if you wish. Grounding down your left shoulder. And feel free to support your left knee with a cushion or blanket. Take a few cleansing breaths once you have found a comfortable place in this pose. With your next inhale, you may slowly come up, coming back onto your back, planting both feet down. And then you may lift up your feet, taking your knees wide, and grab onto the outer edges of the feet, finding happy baby pose. Feel free to rock back and forth gently on your back, or hold the pose in stillness. Take a couple more mindful breaths in your happy baby. And then you may release your feet, making yourself comfortable for Shavasana, our final resting pose. Find a place where your spine is elongated. You can let your feet flop out to the sides. And bring your arms by your sides, flipping your palms to face up. And as you let your eyes close, you can start to breathe deeply into your belly. And breathe out deeply from your belly. Letting your mind rest and have a break from all the thoughts and planning that you've had going on earlier today. And let it have a soft focus on your breath. Take a deep and slow breath in. And exhale, slowly release. Breathing in again. And releasing. You may begin to find some gentle movements by moving your toes, moving your fingers. And when you're ready, you can roll onto your right side. Use your left hand to press yourself up. Find a comfortable seat. Feel free to sit on your cushion. Take a few moments to be aware of your breath and allow your body and your mind to be still. And slowly take an inhale. And as you release, begin to become present in this moment. And we will close our class with square breathing, pranayama. We'll be inhaling, holding the breath, and exhaling, holding the breath for a count of 4. Take a deep breath in to prepare. And release it. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, holding your breath, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, last round, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, and 4. Take a deep breath in and release. Let your breath come back to normal. And let's take our hands together in front of our hearts, remembering our intentions and sending gratitude towards our intentions and gratitude towards the practice of yoga. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I hope you have a great rest of your day and week, and feel free to hold on to your intention for as long as it serves you. I will see you all next time.